a self-unlimited belief system. It's that simple. True? Yes? And so, I want to introduce this wonderful man, brief, Edwin Spina, who he's going to be at our table after this is over. He just does fabulous, quick, I like it, quick, effective energy healing. So I'd just like you to briefly, he's just come to the panel to explain what you do, because it's really fabulous. I speak from experience. Highly recommended. A+.
Thank you, David. Since I'm a late addition to the panel, I thought I would just tell you who I am. My name is Edwin Harkness Spina. I'm the author of Mystic Warrior, which is a thriller. Danny Brinkley describes it as the Da Vinci Code meets the X-Files. I'm also a contributing author with Zig Ziglar, Joe Vitale, and some others to 101 Great Ways to Improve Your Life. And the thing that David is talking about most recently, I developed energy center clearing, which is a way to clear out your energy centers from a Western mystic perspective to prepare you better for ascension, or just the whole process of enlightenment, illumination, and making yourself more yourself. Now, in your esoteric anatomy, everyone pretty much knows you're not your body. You also have energetic, you have emotional bodies, you have mental bodies, and you have spiritual bodies. At the apex of the I Am Present, as David talked about, is the I Am Presence, the divine aspect, the God within, our single point of awareness and the oneness that we're all trying to merge into, that we're all evolving towards. Now, the way that the human body is set up to receive these impulses from the divine aspect from within your innermost self, your master within, inner life, by whatever name you want to give it, is via your energy centers. In the Eastern schools of mysticism, you talk about the 7 chakras which run along your spine. In the Western schools, we talk about energy centers or psychic centers. And these are the actual glands or organs which animate your body. They're related to the chakras, sometimes one-to-one correspondence. For example, the pituitary and the ajna chakra are the same. The pineal gland that Selacia talked about opens up to the higher worlds. That is another one of the energy centers in Western. But there are other ones. There are 12 energy centers in the Western system of mysticism. And my energy center clearing work, I open them up very quickly. And the reason I'm able to do this is because I had 2 mentors who are out of this world. One was a mystic master who opened me up when they saw the earnestness with which I wanted to learn about how the universe actually worked. She opened me up, and then when she was done with me, she kicked me out of the nest and disappeared. Just like a true master, she brought me to the level where she thought I should be with her teachings, and I was on my own to do it. But she told me that I would find other mentors in the future. And the next mentor that I came upon was my good friend Tommy, who's a walk-in. And Aurora talked about the amnesia would come when we go through the birth process. You forget who you truly are. Well, he didn't go through the birth process. He had a near-death experience. His body was so traumatized by his accident that he knew it would never possibly be able to repair that body. So he made a deal with another soul to switch. It's called a walk-in, and so the more advanced soul came in, did not go through the birth process. He knows what it's like to live on the higher worlds, and he has access to much more energy than the average bear. And over the course of working with him for 2.5 years, he pumped up my energy. He would pump it up, and it would slowly come down over the course of the next week. Pump it up, slowly come down. But over time, it ratcheted up, so I can now transmit this energy very easily and very quickly, as David talked about, and some of our audience members who I was talking with earlier before the show can attest to. So that's what I do. I can clear out your energy centers very quickly. If you get my CD, you'll also have access to that same energy that I was gifted with from my friend Tommy, and it's a cumulative effect. So the more you listen to it, the more your energy will get pumped up, and as your body gets used to holding onto the higher vibrational energies, it will slowly come down, but the more you do it again, your energy will also ratchet up over time. So I'll be over at David's booth at the end of our booth 308, the light party booth. And also I have a mailing list if you want to sign up and get free lessons on overcoming stress, fear, anger, disidentifying from your emotions, being more yourself, connecting with your inner master, and ultimately escaping the matrix, which is a metaphor for the mystic path of enlightenment. So thank you all for coming here tonight, this evening, this morning. You were all here last night, late. Woke up early enough to come here, so I'm very appreciative you're all here. So I hope to see you later.
So I mean, it's incredibly exciting because never before in history has we've had the opportunity, tools to really make rapid spiritual advancement. And it's really, I see this as a dispensation of grace. And that's what's behind it, that beautiful mandala. Just that love is flowing. That's the divine feminine energy that's coming to this planet now to balance that male aggressive football energy. I love football, by the way. Anyway, I'd like to introduce a very gifted healer, Judy, Satori, and she's from New Zealand. And you're going to be, well, I'll pass the mic, she'll explain exactly what she does. And we're going to throw it up for a short question and answer period, because I do really want you to see the movie, The Return of the Light, because it's made especially for this event. So, Judy, thank you.
Well, everybody, it's a pleasure to be here in Los Angeles again, the city of angels and beautiful souls, each and every one of you out here in the space. And I'm really taking note that we're all being gifted by so many wonderful, very special tools to help us all on this path of clearing the shadow, the discordant, limiting, sabotaging aspects of ourselves that we've taken on during the course of our journeys and many lifetimes, many incarnations since we came here to planet Earth. There's so many wonderful beings who are there to help us. The frankincense that we're anointed with was also given to Jesus by the Magi. And we are also to be anointed with this energy of the Christ consciousness, the Christ energy, here today. Later on today is something, or an event that I was asked to do by the Elohim, by the Masters. It's called the Forum for Love. The Forum for Love. It's 6 o'clock to 7:30 tonight. And it is an event that Spirit asked me to make available to everybody freely. It's a free event. It's really a panel discussion a bit like this one, except the panelists are going to be people like Saint Germain, Kutumi, Kuan Yin, those on the other side that are here with us, because as we move towards 2011, 2012 and beyond, the veils of illusion which have kept us misunderstanding who we are and limiting of ourselves in this dimension are to be lifted, and we are to come of age, and we are to return to the true understanding of who we are, not Judy or John or Mary, but the souls that we really are through eternity. And this is really why we're here, because we're starting to wake up, we're starting to return, and we're starting to remember. So Spirit wants to bring some energy through, and some of you know that I speak this language of light. There's many types of language of light, because the language of light really is a spiritual language which we can all speak. We all have spoken this. It's a language of communication, but the language of light that is being transmitted through me here today is from the Elohim. This is the creator gods, or the creator aspect of God. And it's recreational energy. It's designed to recreate us, to return us to the original blueprint that we had once as 12-strand DNA beings upon this plane, upon this planet, before something that happened called the fall. The fall was when those on the earth began to misuse the God-given spiritual abilities and aptitudes, potentials. And so the capacity to bring this higher dimensional frequency through the energy circuits of our body, through the axial tonal lines and through the central vertical power current, was cut off from us. Now what's happening as we move towards the shift of the ages, when the Earth realigns directly again with the galactic center, and our programming is changed, the entrainment is changed, And so we have an opportunity now, as the Earth goes through its ascension cycle, to also ascend along with the Earth, which means that we are now both challenged and gifted with the capacity to become true spiritual masters. And mastery begins with our thinking, our thought process. And as we move towards this time of shift, the polarities between love and fear will become increasingly noticeable. They already are. This is because, particularly from October the 10th, 2010, which is only last weekend, there is an energy that's starting to come into the Earth with the opening of what's called the Lyran Stargate. Lyra is the 12th dimensional planet. It's the gateway as we came down through Andromeda, Arcturus, Sirius, Pleiades, Orion, down through these dimensional pathways to planet Earth. We're from the stars, all of us, and to the stars we will return. As we go through this process, which began really with the opening of these stargates in the year 2000, this higher and higher dimensional frequency from these places, from these higher dimensions, is starting to flood this planet. It's not the same as the energy coming from the galactic centre, which is designed to prepare the Earth for shift and affecting our weather and affecting the electromagnetics of our computers and other equipment. This is an energy of change. This is a catalytic energy which has been accelerating in the last 10 years. And as we come to last weekend, the opening of the Lyran Stargate, this energy becomes a coding frequency. It is a catalytic coding which will pulse into our energy fields and clear the way for the recreation that's to come. What I want to do now is to bring some energy through to help to pave the way for the activation that will follow. The paving of the way starts with us remembering the love, the unity and the peace that we were originally created to hold within our consciousness, and consciously recreating these energies. So what I want you to do is imagine that in your heart chakra is a pyramid or a triangle. On the left-hand side of your heart chakra, I want you to create the energy of love and to feel this in the base of the pyramid. Love frequency. On the right-hand side of the pyramid at the base, I want you to create the feeling of oneness or unity consciousness. Oneness with all beings. Oneness with all beings, whether they are on the Earth or throughout this galaxy, of which we're part, this Milky Way galaxy. And then I want you to create deliberately the feeling at the top of the pyramid of peace. And you will start to feel a merging of these three energies of love, unity consciousness, and peace. This is the simplest way and the easiest way to move gracefully through this gate of ascension. But of course, as we all know, there are many times and many situations when we get out of this feeling of love, unity, and peace. And this is what all the tools that everybody is gifting us with are to do, to get us to remove the discordant energy vibrations of past time thought creation, of the times in our past lives where we've suffered trauma and we've created beliefs and feelings and thoughts as a result. And this discordant energy is there within our energy circuits, within our auric field, within the cells of our body, within our DNA. It's there like a vibrating tape recording, and all we need is a similar situation of trauma in this current lifetime to start these old patterns playing. So we can clear this with the many tools that the people on this panel have already talked about. I've got my own, of course, on my website. You can have a look at that. But for now, what I want to do is bring through some energy from the Elohim to code you. It's also working with the Lyran energy, to code you, to almost like instructing the soul and instructing the energy surface of the body to behave differently.